What's up, guys? All right, today we are going to be talking about U.S. traditional multiplication, aka standard method. So we're going to be talking about a two-digit by one-digit multiplication, multi-digit, which means more than two digits by one digit, and then finally two-digit by two-digit. In our class, in our curriculum, we're actually going to be breaking these into 2 days worth of lessons. We'll focus on the two-digit by one digit first, and with the multi-digit by one digit, and then the second day we'll do two-digit by two-digit. All right, these are our Oklahoma essentials. So what we're going to talk about right now is how to actually go about doing it. So when multiplying with the U.S. traditional method or the standard method, you always start from the ones place at the bottom and move up. Okay. Oh, sorry. And to the top ones, and then move over to the tens place, hundreds place, thousands place as you go through. That's when you're multiplying by a one digit only. Now, if you have a two-digit number, you're going to do the exact same thing with the ones digit. And I know this is kind of confusing. But once you finish multiplying the bottom ones place with all the top numbers, and you go on to your second number, like your tens place, you're going to make sure you have a placeholder. And I'm going to show you how to do this step by step by step as we go through a couple different problems. Okay. You need to make sure that that placeholder is there when you were doing a two-digit by two-digit or two-digit by four-digit or two-digit by 12-digit or whatever, because that placeholder is going to create a spot for you, because if not, you're going to get the completely wrong answer. All right. So really quickly, let me show you. I have a two-digit by one-digit problem here. 27 by 8. We're going to start in the ones place because at the bottom, because that's kind of the only thing that we have. So we're going to go straight up first. We're going to multiply 8 times 7 and put my ones place answer. My tens place answer goes above the 2. And then 8 times 2, and then add what's left. So really quickly, let me show you what this looks like. So I got 8 times 7. Well, I know that that's 56. So 6 comes down here. 5. 8 times 2, 16, plus 5 more, 21. Okay. So you multiply the ones place on the bottom by the ones place on the top. And then you move over from the ones place. So you go ones place on the bottom, tens place on the top, ones place on the bottom, hundreds place on the top. Boom, 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 boom. And keep going through that like that. Now, if you struggle with multiplication, this is going to be kind of difficult for you. So you really have to keep practicing those simple facts. 8 times 7, 8 times 2. Okay, you got to practice those skills every single night. Okay, because if not, you're really going to struggle with trying to figure out multiplication with multi-digits. Okay, so let's get those simple digits done first, the one digit by one digit, and then we can move on to multi-digits. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide and let's see some problems. So really quickly, let's look at some problems up here. So I have a two-digit by one digit, 37 times 4. I have a multi-digit by one digit, 152 times 8. And then I have a two-digit by two-digit, which is 64 times 19. So what we're going to do right now is we are going to look at our two-digit by one digit. Okay. Again, nothing's changed with that first problem that I did for the example. We're going to take our bottom number, which in this case is 4, and multiply it by my top ones place, which is 7. So 4 times 7, that's 28. So 8 comes down here. 2 goes to the top of the 3, because it's like adding in a sense, because when you add and you have leftovers, so anything above 9 or 10, okay, you've always carried over to the next number. All right. So that's kind of what we're doing here when we're multiplying by standard method. We're just carrying it over to the next place. 4 times 3 is 12. Add 2 more, that's 14. And I just bring that 14 right on down because there's no other numbers that I need to multiply by. So I don't need to put this 1 above any other thing. another digit. Okay, so 148 is 37 times 4. Okay, that's my product. All right, let's move over to my next one, my multi-digit by one digit. So I have 3-digit number by a 1-digit number. Now, I will say this, when you are learning how to do these, like multiplication with multi-digits or 2 digits or whatever, or 2-digit by 2-digit, anything times 1 digit is so much faster and easier just because it's less problem that you have to do. And it's also, um, it's just more simple to figure out the answer by just boom, 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 without remembering to do a placeholder, without remembering how to do any of that kind of stuff. Okay. So with a multi-digit by 1 digit, same things apply. What we did over here in our example problem. We start with our bottom number, which is 8, and we multiply by our ones place, 2. 8 times 2, 16. Okay. Now I carry over my 1 from my 16 onto the 5 because it's my next place over. 8 times 5 is 40. Add 1 more. Now, I don't bring 41 down here because I have 1 in my hundreds place. So I put my 4 over here. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 4 is 12. Excuse me. Whew, that one snuck up on me. Is 12. Okay, so again, this one is a 4-digit number. So I go 1, 2, 3, comma. Okay. All right. So my answer to that is 1,216. All right. Now, 2-digit by 2-digit problem. This one can be kind of tricky if you don't know all the steps. Okay. So with 2-digit by 2-digit, again, we're going to do the exact same steps we did here, but we have an extra step that we have to look at. So again, I'm going to start with my ones place on the bottom. 9 times 4, which is the ones place on the top. 9 times 4 is 36. 6 down here. And the 3 goes above this 6 in the tens place. Now, again, 9 times 6 equals 54. 54 plus 3, 57. There's nothing else on top that I need to multiply by. So I just bring 57 down. Now, here's where the placeholder is. I'm finished with the 9 times everything on top. So now we have to move on to my 1. When I move on to my 1, I have to put a placeholder underneath my ones place down here. Now, I like to put a little smiley face, okay, underneath there when I'm teaching. But this smiley face, this placeholder represents 0, okay? It's just there to make sure that we're doing our steps correctly. Eventually, you might practice where you don't even put the placeholder. I always put the placeholder because I don't want to make a mistake. And if I do make a mistake, I know that that's not going to be the reason for my mistake. Okay. Now that you have your placeholder there, after I've multiplied 9 by everything on top, now I can move on to my 1 in my tens place. So now you don't go straight up this time. You have to go over to your ones place, and then you go straight up to your tens place, and then you go over to your hundred place, and then you go over, you start by the tens place on the bottom multiplied by the ones place on the top. So 1 times 4, that equals 4. Okay, I'm actually going to mark that one out because I don't want to confuse myself. 1 times 6, that equals 6. So I just put 6 right here. There's nothing else I need to multiply by because all my numbers have been multiplied together. So now I can start adding them up. 6 plus 0 is 6. 7 plus 4 is 11. 6 plus 5 plus 1 is 12. And look at that. We got the same exact answer over here that we did over here. I did not do that on purpose. So we have 1, 2, 3, put my comma. Okay. All right. So that is 2-digit by 1-digit multiplication, multi-digit by 1-digit multiplication, and 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication. For the practices, or for the purposes of our practice in class, we will be focused on Monday, 2-digit by 1-digit, and multi-digit by 1-digit. And then on Tuesday, we will be 2-digit by 2-digit. Okay? So if you have any questions, reach out to your teacher. They should be able to help you. And good luck. Bye, guys.